Hello, my name's Debbie Fleming and I'm Chief Executive for Poole Hospital, and it's my great joy today to talk to you a bit about the history of the Poole Approach, because I was here in the 1990s when the Poole Approach was very first adopted. At that time, the executive team and a number of the clinicians went to visit every hospital in the country that was recognised as providing really great customer care. This was the era where hospitals very first became independent, and we knew this was an area we wanted to improve, so we set about looking at who was doing it really well. As part of that process, we also went to visit the States, because America's always been recognised as providing great customer care. And as a result of that, we ended up affiliating formally with the Plaintree hospitals in America. The Plaintree principles were all about patient-centred care, organising things around the patient, making sure that they got the information that they needed, that families were encouraged to come in and talk about the care, not kept out of the hospital but a part of that process. Lots more privacy, really respecting the patient's views. We liked these values and we brought those back into the hospital and we asked our staff what did they think about them. And staff really embraced these. They felt this was exactly the sort of care they wanted to be giving, and from that we decided to change some of the words because we didn't like perhaps all the American words that were in the Plaintree values, but we changed the words around and we said this is the Poole Approach, and that's where that phrase came from. We then set about thinking, well, if this is the way that we want to live out those values, what do we need to change? What do we do differently in the hospital? So some of the wards were designed differently to have more single rooms to give more privacy. Areas were created for families to come in and talk to us. So lots of things change when you really live out those values. Another thing that was important was that if you adopt those values, that impacts the way that we treat each other. It's not just the Poole approach to patients, it's the Poole approach to staff. And that's why Poole is such a great place to work, because we listen to each other, we have respect for each other, and we treat each other with courtesy. So the Poole approach is absolutely fantastic, and it's such a privilege to come back into the hospital after all these years and to see it really embedded in the makeup of the hospital. It's been around for nearly 25 years, which makes it very special. So the time is right now, with everything changing around us, to test out those values. Do we all still feel the same? Are they the right set of values? Is there anything missing? And do they really reflect the type of care that we want to give within Poole Hospital heading forward into the 21st century? Thank you.
The Poole approach means to me about treating each other the way that I would want myself or my loved ones to be treated as well. So it's about being friendly and approachable, about being smiling and welcoming and treating each other as individuals at all times and respecting each other.
In our cancer department, we're endeavouring to treat every patient as an individual, to give them the best possible care, state-of-the-art treatment, to meet their needs and also the needs of their family. We want to give the most clear information, and we want to be their best advocate in terms of the treatment they receive.
It means giving a nice friendly service. If someone's in distress or looks as though they need a bit of help, give them help in a friendly, pleasant way. Sometimes you have customers coming back and sometimes the news isn't good, so you just have to give a nice ear and listen in a friendly, supportive way.
The Poole approach to me is about treating everyone individually, never presuming anything, and it's about doing that little bit extra for anyone, whether they're a patient or a colleague, and doing something for them that makes their day a little bit more extraordinary, whether you're being more welcoming, caring, or just taking the time to listen to what they have to say.
It means to me a helpful, friendly atmosphere when people come into the hospital to put them at their ease and help them over their anxieties.
The Poole approach to me means respect for patients and for other members of staff. So for patients in a diabetes centre, we help them to play an active role in the management of their own diabetes rather than dictating things to them, and we strongly believe in a team approach to care. With other members of staff, it's things like showing people the way.
So in outpatients, we tend to be the first point of call for patients that come into the hospital. They may be worried or concerned, so we need to show kindness and respect to them, be understanding and empathise with them. As a team leader, I need to make sure my team respect each other, and are professional at all times, and this means that we can give a caring service to our patients.